motivation. I've been on my haters. You could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And his first look is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. Incomplete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On first down, it's Rudolph. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Lucky 56.
Rudolph going to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Rudolph. He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Williamson eluding the pressure right. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Operating from the gun, Williamson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Watch you now, Barney.
Rudolph throwing on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Rudolph. He's going to go deep for Conley. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And that's off the mark, incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Conley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And Detroit getting set to go now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Rudolph on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jabal Sheard in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Rudolph. He's going to go deep for Conley. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Rudolph looking to throw it. And able to find Conley. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. He's going to go deep for Conley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Got him in on the right sideline. That's Casey. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Lions. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Rudolph now to throw. Shreds the tackle. He'll hit Jackson complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Williamson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And running with power here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Now let's go. Blue line.
This is Breida. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Williamson going for his running back, and he's got him complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. On 1st and 10, Rudolph. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Here's Rudolph. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing to start the drive. Williamson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39.
A final shot before break. Williamson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Williamson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
To throw on 2nd down, Williamson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Here's Andy Lee now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's going to go deep for Conley. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tried to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. Third down here.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Sam Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full play.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Rudolph looking to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Looking to throw on second down. Williamson going deep for Benjamin. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Off play action. Williamson. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and there's creases like they were able to.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not different for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position. and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Williamson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Williamson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay. It's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Detroit. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's complete right side to Benjamin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Williamson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Williamson. This complete to Josh Huff. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On 1st down, Williamson. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gone!
To throw on 2nd down, Williamson. Benjamin's got it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone!
Throwing on 1st down, Williamson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing again, Williamson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's their quarterback with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football. High percentage throws.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. It's Rudolph. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. A big play on 3rd down for the Lions. And even 40 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. He sets to fire deep, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Pardon me, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rudolph going to look to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He's back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets around him. And Detroit getting set to go now. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
One last throw here for Rudolph. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.